Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you yet again with another weekly video, and I had an excellent week for Diecast. Just an excellent week. Got some mail, found some stuff in stores, believe it or not. I found stuff in stores. I hunted just a little bit and I found stuff. Which I will show you in just a moment. Some pretty cool stuff. All right, so got some mail. We're going to start with this right here. This one kind of snuck up on me. I totally forgot. I saw pictures that this was coming out, and I totally forgot about it. All of a sudden, it was all over eBay. This is an Auto World Miho exclusive ad van, Yokohama 2017 Ford Mustang. Miho, it is limited to 3,600 pieces. I don't know if we're going to open it or not in the second segment. We probably will. I don't have the ultra red of this yet, so that's going to be something I'm going to have to seek out for right now. There's a bunch of cool Miho exclusive Auto World coming down the pipeline, though. A bunch of GT40s that, ooh, boy, they're going to be amazing. They're like dirty. They're like race-worn GT40s, and those are going to be sweet. So I already pre-ordered those. Yeah, I hope I get the Ultra Red, so that's going to be 3 more Ultra Reds, plus this Ultra Red to find from Miho this year. So that's crazy. That's going to take a bit. Let's see. More mail I got, before we get into store stuff. I got an order from Hobbylink Japan. We got the Toyota GR Supra and the Tomica Basic lineup. Don't know if we're going to end up seeing that, this casting hit Walmart's or not. It's possible, because we've seen some Toyotas. The Enzo Ferrari. Just had to pick that one up. I always throw on a couple of these basics once one of my pre-orders hits the private warehouse there, which is a great feature from Hobbylink Japan. Picked up the Nissan Silvia Tomica Premium. Grabbed that. That was just like an add into the cart. After the fact that these pre-orders came through. One of them was this Volkswagen Type 1 Tomica Premium, so I got a Volkswagen Beetle. That's pretty awesome. And then the other was this Tomica Limited Vintage Honda Prelude, right? Integra, excuse me. Honda Integra. And this is pretty cool. Lamley's already shown this release on his channel. This is the only thing from the most recent release that I picked up. I actually passed up getting the Ferraris. They came out with 2 Dinos, one in black and one in white. You know, now that I see them, I wanted them. I wanted to get them. They're just too expensive. They're white and black. And it would have been cool because I wanted to try to keep up with a complete Tomica Limited Vintage Ferrari collection, but I just wasn't super excited about those being in white and black. I know it's probably a mistake not picking them up right away because I'm going to eventually want them, and they ain't going down in price. None of that stuff's going to. And then I got some mail from Diecast Show Customs. Hopefully you guys watch him on the tube. He has a great YouTube channel where he does a lot of, he's been doing a lot of restorations on Redlines kind of lately. He does a lot of customizing and stuff like that. Just a really good channel. A real thorough job of explaining stuff. He has an amazing video, by the way, on making your own Spectraflame paint, which is, I don't know, I geek out about that kind of stuff. I like watching a lot of YouTube channels that are very DIY stuff where they show you how to do something or whatever. And anyway, very, very cool. So I recommend you check out his channel. I will put a link actually to the video that he made regarding one of the cars here, regarding this guy right here. All right, so this is my original Redline Volkswagen Beetle. It is one of mine. I had 3 of these. I sent him 2, one to keep for himself and restore, and one for him to restore for me. And this is the one for him to restore for me. So he did a really good job keeping this true to original Redline look, and it just looks really, really good. I'm going to show it to you in the next segment up close. I will put a link in the description of this video to the video where he restored this car, so you can see it, what it looked like before he restored it. and it just looks so good, man. He did a really good job on it. So, and making it look true to the original. It's not like a resto mod. It's supposed to look as close to the original Hot Wheel as possible. And pink, I guess, was a pretty rare color for this to actually come in, or one of the more pricey colors to get it. So it's very cool. And then he also sent me the Spectra Flame version of this Target Red Edition, which I don't know if this is like a chase or what it is, but I didn't have it. But so he had an extra and he sent me one of those. So that's pretty awesome too. So thank you very much for that, Xavier. You were an awesome dude. You guys definitely should check out his channel if you don't already. I'd be really surprised actually if you do not follow him and you follow me. So there's that. Now let's get into store finds. So the first thing I found was some stuff at Target. I found these 3 cars from the Target Throwback series. The one I really wanted, of course, is the Firebird. I also picked up the Camaro, and then I picked up this guy as well. And I'm like having like some weird flashback right now where I think I already have these cars. But they're the newest wave of them, right? Did they like hit and then not hit for a long time? I don't know. I have to do some digging to find out if I have these or not. I might. You guys might know. I would have shown them on the channel. There they are. There's a whole set. You know, I think I found these already. I'm having a hard time figuring that out. I'm getting to the point in my collection now where I have too many cars. So I used to be able to really kind of keep it all up here and remember what I had and what I didn't. But as I get further away from collecting the mainline stuff and focus more on like premium stuff and like that, I'm having a hard time sometimes keeping track of what mainline stuff I have. Same goes with this Matchbox. I don't know if I got this or not. I might have it, but I picked it up. I picked up this in the Subaru SVX. I know I have that car. That's hard to forget. But I also picked up this one too. I don't think I had it, but I don't know. It's a Crown Vic. I don't know what police department. Do they have an actual police department? No. Anyway, really cool. So picked up those. I don't know if probably won't show those in the next segment. And then I found a Chase, an M2 Chase, in the middle of the day, sitting at Walmart. The funny part about this is somebody in my local area found this case of M2s, opened it up, put them on the shelf, and left the Chase behind. I know that because the box was sitting underneath where these things go. So someone grabbed it off the pallet or grabbed it off a cart, opened it, and apparently just didn't really look at the numbers and just didn't realize that this was the Chase. I actually saw this and I thought it was weird right away without seeing the number. And it is pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, so I don't know if we're going to open it. You know, I thought about just keeping it and opening it. It's a casting that's pretty cool. It's the 1968.5 Mercury Cougar R code. And I like the Mercury Cougar. And it would be cool to kind of have a Mercury Cougar to compare to the new Greenlight tooling. It is only limited to 750, so it's not going to be like a super valuable chase car. And it's meant to look grayscale. So at minimum, I'll show you it up close in the second segment just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about there. But yeah, it's supposed to look like it's in a black and white photo. And I think that's a cool idea for a chase. I think it really is. And now that I see this car, I think I might want to pick up a regular example of this casting. Really for the sole purpose of comparing it to the Greenlight one, because Greenlight just came out with a Cougar Eliminator. And yeah, I don't know. I like this car, so maybe I should pick it up. You know I'm not an M2 collector, but I'm not going to leave that Chase behind, so I grabbed that. And then I went to Hobby Lobby today. And the constant fear with Hobby Lobby is, man, I hope I don't find more than one thing, because they have that 40% off coupon that you can only use for one item, and I don't really want to have to stash something and come back to the store. So I didn't. I ended up just picking up these. The first thing I saw on the pegs was this. And I think this was like $22.99, something ridiculous. This is the like Cars and Coffee Diorama 2018 Release 3. They had both of these there. They also had the Barn Finds one with the Chevy Chevelle. And that one looks really cool. This thing is so heavy. To me, it's semi-pointless. I don't really care about this little diorama piece. We're going to open this up in the second segment of the video and take a look at it. But what I do care about is the 2005 Ford GT. This is a casting that I collect, and this was there, and I'm like, okay, well, 40% off of that isn't bad. So that's like $13, $13.49 or something like that. So whatever. I'm gonna pick this up because I want this car. So I grabbed it, and then I started going through the rest of the stuff at Hobby Lobby, and then I came across this GTO White Lightning. So this thing is pretty cool. So one of 3,500. That likely makes this White Lightning over the A and B card limited to 150 pieces at 2%. Is that correct? Right? I think that's correct. Like 70 or maybe 140? Whatever. Yeah, I think it's 70 on a card, so that'd be 140 pieces. So, I'm torn about what to do with this. Normally, if I'd find a White Lightning, it would immediately go up for trade or sale, and I wouldn't even think twice about it. The reason why I'm thinking twice about this is because it's a casting that I collect. It's a GTO. And gosh, I just don't know. I don't think I'm gonna open it in this video because I'm gonna sit on it and think. I just found it this morning, by the way. Today is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. By the time you see this video, it will be Saturday after Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving for all those that partake in that, and hope you enjoyed the holidays with family and friends. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to hang on to this. The card's not perfect. It's got kind of a little nick here on the side. Like I said, normally I would not hesitate to get rid of a White Lightning because I don't really collect White Lightnings. I don't collect chase cars in general unless they enhance the regular car. And to me, white tires, you know, the pearl white body, the gold rims, doesn't really enhance the regular look of the car. But it is a casting I collect. So I'm going to think about that for a while. One thing I know I am going to keep, though, is I did find this. Now, this is not a White Lightning, but you may notice that the wheels are a little bit different on this one. And shoot, you know, I should have grabbed the regular version of this before this video. And I have it somewhere. Well, actually, you know what? I'm not sure if I do have it or not. I don't know if I have the blue one or if I have the green one. I've got one of the two. Anyway, these are, in this series, 20% of the production has these Racer's Edge wheels. Okay? So that makes this particular piece, 20% of 3,500 is going to have these wheels. That makes it, what, roughly 700 pieces have these wheels. So it is a rarer variation of this Beetle. I'm definitely going to keep it. We're definitely going to crack it. We're definitely going to crack it in the second segment. All right, so that's it. So really good week for me. Really, I mean, you can kind of consider it's not really a chase, but being limited to 700 pieces, it's more limited than this is. So it's kind of a chase. So counting that, I guess, I got this, and then this thing. So 3 chases this week, just from gradually, you know, nonchalantly going to stores and not really looking out for stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and flip the camera around. We do have a lot to look at. We've got all that premium diecast. We got a Tomica Limited Vintage. We got an Auto World car to look at. We got that Beetle, that pink Beetle, to take a peek at. We got this Beetle to take a peek at. And we'll show some of the other stuff up close, but not open it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and flip it around. Those throwback cars, I don't think we really need to look at those. I'll probably just throw those in a 10 car Tuesday if it happens that I actually don't have them. If I do have them, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Anyway, I will entertain offers on this if somebody really, really wants it and has like an ultra red I need, because I don't really need it for my collection. It's just a casting I collect, so it's going to make it difficult to get it off me. Just letting you know that. This thing, definitely will take trade offers on that guy. All right, that's going to be it. So again, happy Thanksgiving. Stay tuned. Let's flip the camera around, take a close look at some stuff. All right, guys, so let's start this second half of the video by taking a quick look at this Mercury Cougar, just to show you, if you've never seen one of these chases before, this is what it looks like. It's in grayscale. I don't think this is the first time that they've done this. So this one's limited to 750 pieces. I think they have one more chase that's limited to 750. I don't know what the super chase would be for this series, or even if there is one. I don't know. They don't always do one, so I didn't even know this newer series was coming out. I don't know. If I find the regular this one, I might pick it up, and then I might end up keeping this. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but if I get the right trade offer for it or something like that, or somebody really needs it for their collection, it's something that I would part with. So we are going to leave it in the package for now. I just wanted to show you that up close. It's pretty cool. So yeah, there's that. And then real quick, another thing we're not going to open. Here's that White Lightning up close. It looks really good. There's a little ding in the card down there. And then there it is, gold rims, white tires, pearl white body, casting I collect. Pretty cool. Pretty awesome. I just don't know. I don't know if it's going to stay in my collection or not. So that one's not getting opened. What is staying in the collection, of course, is this guy right here. This is this awesome thing, this Racer's Edge. Racer's Edge is what they call the tire. So I did find the one that I have that is the normal release. It's this Beetle right here. So this is what the normal wheels and tires would look like. This is the version B. I don't have the version A. I need to get the version A. I want the version A actually in both variations, both the Racer's Edge. Great AC/DC song, by the way. I need it in both variations. So I need the regular one of this one. I need the Racer's Edge version of that one. Let's go ahead and open this one up. Pop that open and take a peek. Go ahead and zoom in just a little bit here and take a look. Those are cool looking wheels on this Beetle, man. They look really good. And I guess the Racer's Edge, the reason why they probably call it that is because there is just an extra tiny sharp lip on these wheels. That is the actual surface area that these wheels would ride on a track. So apparently this thing would be super fast in downhill racing. Not that I would ever race it downhill, but apparently it would. There has been some confusion over this one of people thinking that finding it with these wheels, it is the White Lightning. It is not the White Lightning. I know it exacerbates the confusion, especially since you have a white interior and all that. But it is not a White Lightning, but it is more rare than the regular version. So if you did find one, congratulations. It is a pretty cool car. The regular ones are limited to 3,500, which isn't a whole lot to begin with. And then to find this one that's 20% of that, that's pretty cool. So again, here's what the basic wheels would look like, except for this would be green. Which they're pretty cool too. They're rubber instead of plastic, which is nice. And they look really good for this Beetle. It's just with these wheels, man, this thing looks just fantastic. That looks really good. So I think that this is not the only casting that you can find with the wheel variation in the series either. I don't know what other ones also come with it. I don't know if all of them come with it. I don't think they all do. I don't know. But keep an eye out for those wheels. They are something special. All right, so sticking with Beetles for a little bit here. Here's this guy. So this is the restored Volkswagen Beetle from Diecast Show Customs. And I'm telling you, man, he did a really good job making this look like a standard old Redline. The axles were so bent on this thing, and they're actually the original axles that were on the vehicle. He just kind of reshaped them. He electro-polished the base. He re-zinc plated the actual casting itself. Had to order a new windshield. I think the interior's the original. So this window piece is not the original. He had to add that. That's an aftermarket piece. Anyway, he did a lot of stuff to this to make this look as nice as it does and as original as it does. And you know what? Having one of these restored, to me, is really just as good as an original to me, because I don't collect it for the value. I collect it as an example of the casting. And even though this is not original anymore, it's still a great example of the casting itself. So And I think it's great just to see it in its glory. It's cool. I wouldn't mind myself getting into restoring Redlines and restoring older diecast like that. I think that would be something I would definitely enjoy. Sometime I have the time to actually gather the tools and go ahead and do it. And he is a great channel to watch and to learn some stuff from as far as how to do this sort of thing. So really, really cool. I'm definitely happy with the result. Thank you very much, Xavier, for this. And yeah, definitely check out his channel. Like I said, I'll put a link to this video in particular in the description of this video. So the link to the video that he actually made this car, you can check it out if you haven't already. Sticking with, I guess, Beetles for a minute. Why don't we take a look at this? This is a Tomica Premium. In my goofiness, I missed out on pre-ordering the F40, but now Hobbylink Japan has them back in stock, or at least had them back in stock. So I do have an F40 Tomica Premium coming. That came out at the same time as this one. So if you're not familiar with Tomica Premium, they're pretty nice. They usually run just slightly larger than 1/64 scale. This one's in 1/58 scale. A lot of times they have opening features and stuff. I don't know if this one does or not. I don't remember. And they usually have metal bodies, plastic bases. They have plastic tires, but prototypical wheels. And usually they look really good, and they're really well done. High quality. As you can see right there, you got lens detail for the headlights, and it just looks really good. The other thing I can say is the quality control on these models typically is top notch. They have suspension. It's really good. They're like a premium diecast model with some play value, actually. So it's just a different philosophy for how they make their premium line than how they'd make like their limited vintage or their basic line. And I like them. I like them a lot. I think they're quite cool. I don't think this one has any opening pieces. I don't see no opening hood, no opening doors. A lot of times they'll have something that's opening, and I don't think there is anything for this Beetle. But that's okay. It's a great example. I have so many different brand examples of the Volkswagen Beetle. It's crazy. And always if a brand comes out with a Volkswagen Beetle, I'll end up picking it up. It's just, I'm a fan of the old love bug, so I think it's pretty awesome. Definitely dig it. Basic, it's yellow. It's cool though. It's really cool. The weird thing about Tomica Premium is it seems they don't come out with cars in a ton of different colors either. Like they'll come up with a casting and then that'll be like it. They'll come out with that for that one color. In my experience, that's what I've seen. Tomica Limited and Tomica Limited Vintage might be a little different. If you're not familiar with Tomica Limited, that was kind of the predecessor to, well, before they kind of split between Tomica Premium and Tomica Limited Vintage / Limited Vintage Neo. And I forget how much of a pain this cellophane is. So I'm going to cut it with a blade. Get it open. This is the Nissan Silvia. This is an older release. Well, older than the Beetle anyway. It's not that old. Still modern Tomica Premium. And this one has opening doors. And I just grabbed it because it was cheap. But it's a nice model. Look at it. The other thing I should say about these, like the paint is really durable. They're just a really durable car. They've got really nice details as far as lens details go. The only knock on them, I would say, is that they're a little bit larger than 1/64 scale. The opening features are going to obviously show exaggerated body lines, or lines, you know, where the door meets the car, if it has opening doors. And the other factor is going to be, what did I say? They're larger than 1/64. They got the body lines, and they have plastic wheels. But, you know, you can't really get mad about these plastic wheels. And yes, these could probably downhill race too. They've got that, just that one little bit of surface area that connects, and they roll like crazy. They have suspension. But the plastic wheels are always prototypical to the vehicle, and you just can't complain about that. It looks really good. Man, I like that one a lot. Super cool. Okay, so there's that one. That's the last for Tomica Premium. Before we get into what should we look at next? Let's actually look at this auto world real quick before we get into the rest. The Tomica stuff we'll finish off the video with. Let's look at this auto world and then let's look at the Johnny Lightning that I've got left for GT. So let's go ahead and open this. This is a Miho exclusive. It's really goofy because the packaging for this, I'm sorry I didn't cut it open previous to this. The packaging for this is kind of a cross between Auto World packaging. It's actually really in kind of like a Racing Champions packaging, the older Racing Champions that came in this collector box style. This big bulky box that has like the plastic piece in there that's kind of suspending the car. So limited to 3,600 pieces. And it's got, it's a Mustang in Yokohama ad van livery. Ooh, it's nice. So a couple things to notice right off the bat. You've got Yokohama tires, that's cool. Printed tires, love it. The gold rims look great. The Advan livery looks amazing. The interior is two-toned in black and red as well, including even like a stripe on the inside of the door. That's going to be hard to kind of see in there. I don't really have a way of showing it to you in more detail, I don't think. I was looking for an alternate light source here. I thought I had a little flashlight with me that maybe I could peek in there with you. But just trust me on it. There is a red line on the inside of the door, which looks amazing. The seats are two-tone black and red, which looks really good too. The one thing where they may have skimped is on these headlights. The headlights on the newer Mustang releases for this typically actually have a more detailed headlight, not just a silver block. So that would be the only gripe with that one. The other thing that's really cool is they kind of flat blacked out the little areas on the hood here. This is actually a really cool detailed piece. And of course it's the standard Auto World casting for this. Man, really cool. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this hood open without too much trouble. If we can't, we can't. There we go. I got it. That's the easiest way to get them open. Just bang them on your knuckle. So there you go. There's a look inside the motor. Detail engine. Looks great. Thing closes nice. It's one of the few modern castings from Auto World. And I would say that's a good one. That's a really good one. Now they've done this Miho exclusive Mustang. They've used this casting 2 other times. They did it in similar liveries to this too. One was a Texaco one and the other one was a Shell. So now they have the Advan. I still need the Ultra Red for this Advan one, and I need the Ultra Red for the Texaco one. I've got the Shell one, so if anybody else has those, wants to finagle something with me, I would not be opposed to that. The other ones that they released did not come with any sort of collector box, and as you probably know already, the newer Auto Worlds that are coming out, the newest premium release, there will no longer be the beloved collector box, which, yes, I'm disappointed about. A lot of people have asked me, and yes, that is disappointing, but they're coming out with larger castings. This is a topic for another day once I open up that case, but once I get it. But just, yeah, of course I'm disappointed that there's no box. That's a cool one, though. That's pretty sick. All right, next up, before we open up the rest of our Tomica, let's go ahead and get this sucker open. This thing is so heavy. The thing is cast out of resin, the diorama piece, which, like I said, I don't really care about the actual diorama piece. Yeah, I'm just cutting this open with scissors. And just hoping to be able to actually get it open here. God, this is worse than some children's toys. Okay, so Oops. All right. So the diorama actually comes like on a card. And I don't know. For right now, I'm going to leave it on the... no. How do I do that? And this is a solid piece of resin. I don't know how you guys feel about these. I think they're kind of silly. For one, it would be really hard to take a picture with this thing and make it really look in perspective, like the car was actually in front of a building. So for that reason alone, I'm going to get the car out here. I'm not crazy about them. They put these horrible wires in here. Alright, well, sorry guys. I think we're just going to have to look at the car right here, because I'm not going to try to clip it off of there. I don't have anything to do with it close by. Normally I would just take a little wire nippers and cut those. That's the easiest way to do it instead of trying to untwisty them. So that is what I will do when I want to get this car off. That's a nice looking car. You know, unfortunately, it's not the first time that they've made the GT40 in red. I've actually got one that looks very, very close to this. It just has chrome rims, a little bit different rim style than the silver one. And other than that, it looks pretty much the same. It's got the white stripe and everything. Sometime when I complete this GT40 collection, which I'm not too far off from doing, maybe I will take a look at all of them at once. But for now, let's just take a look at this one. It's a nice casting. It's a great looking casting for a Johnny Lightning. I think it's awesome. And yeah, it's a casting I collect, so I had to get this one. Even though you have to overpay for it just because you get this block of resin in it. Saturdays, Cars and Coffee. Yeah, okay. It's okay. Just not something I'm crazed about. So, but to each his own. All right, next let's take a look at, let's look at this Tomica Limited Vintage real quick. Since this is a nice true 164 scale car, I'm going to try to actually be careful, a little bit more careful opening this box. So I picked up this one from HobbyLink Japan. I did not pre-order it through Japan Booster. It's about the same price as pre-ordering it through Japan Booster. So this one, I've already taken it out of the package and I've already looked at it, to be honest with you, and it is absolutely amazing. I kind of wish I would have got the other color too, because the other color is beautiful as well. It's a nice ultra red looking red. But this car is just beautiful. You guys know Tomica Limited Vintage is just like top notch when it comes to diecast, and it better be for the price you pay for the cars, duh. But I mean, this car is cheaper than buying like a new Super Treasure Hunt, so, and to me, much more desirable. Of course, you get lens details for the headlights, the taillights. You get suspension, you get rubber wheels, you get metal body, metal base. My only gripe about Tomica Limited Vintage is that they include parts that you would have to add on yourself. And this one is the little rear spoiler, which I am not going to attempt to glue on the back of this car. The one nice thing about it, there's two, well, it's nice and it's not nice. The nice thing is that they don't put holes in the casting or anything. For you to insert this to get it absolutely perfectly positioned. The reason why that's nice is if you decide not to put it on, you don't have holes in your car. The thing that's not nice about that is if you do decide to put this on, you have to center this thing yourself and figure out exactly where to put it where it would look good. And I could just imagine really screwing that up. And that's why I'm not even going to bother to attempt it, even though this one seems like it would be fairly easy to do. So there's what it is, the spoiler right there, right there. Oh yeah, just put that right there. Yeah, it'll be perfectly straight. Don't worry about it. I don't have the patience or the talent. Maybe I do, if I really, really tried, but yeah, we're just not going to be doing that. So that's my only gripe with Tomica Limited Vintage. If you're going to put a piece on the casting, just put it on the casting and be done with it. Don't leave it up to me to add it later. So it's going to stay like this, And to be honest, it looks great like this anyway. It doesn't need that spoiler. Beautiful car, beautiful paint job, just awesome. And yeah, like I said, like how would you take pictures? You'd have to have this like up, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, this thing's awesome. I love it. Yeah, all right. And then we just got 2 more cars to look at, just some Tomica basic stuff. An older casting and a new for 2019 casting. So this is the older one. It is a Ferrari Enzo. You know, and Tomica Limited Vintage, if you guys are listing Tomica, if you decide to make a Ferrari Enzo and Tomica Limited Vintage lineup, I won't be upset. And I don't think anybody would really be upset about that. So go ahead and do it. But here it is in the premium lineup. Some people really like this, or not premium, sorry, basic lineup. Some people really like these basic ones, and some people don't. I've kind of grown to really dig them. If you kind of think about these like you would think about an older Hot Wheels or an older Matchbox or something like that, where it wasn't quite exactly a replica of the vehicle, but it was, you know, just kind of a representation of it, but still had the style of the brand of car that's putting it out. This fits that bill, and I like it. I love the older Tomica cars, and they kind of stay true to kind of that style. So it's hard for me not to like this. I really do like it. It's got lens detail up front for the headlights still for a basic model. That's really awesome. And it's got details. You know, the gripe would be, okay, it's a little bit larger than 1/64 scale. It's 1/62. It's got a plastic base, and a lot of people don't like the wheels, and I understand that. I get it. But I still think they're really cool, and so I'm gonna collect them. You know, collect the cars I like. And then next is this Toyota GR Supra. I actually saw one of these the other day, like in real life, a Supra, and it actually does look pretty awesome in real life. I wasn't thinking I was gonna like it too much. Kind of reminds me of the Toyota FRS or whatever. Is it the FRS? Subaru BRZ, whatever it is. That car. Scion, FRS, whatever it was. It's kind of got that silhouette to it. But here is the Tomica Basic. And like I said, there is a chance. I would guess that we'll probably see this come out in Walmart. I mean, they should put it out. This one might actually sell. So you get just silver things for headlights. You're not going to get a super amount of detail on this one. The Ferraris, I think, are the only ones that really typically comes with the lens stuff. It's got suspension. It's a nice deep red color. Plastic base, metal body, plastic tires, of course, and a fair amount of detail. Not bad. Not bad. All right, so that's going to be it for this episode. Highlights of the episode, of course, that the Redline. That's just super cool. I don't even consider that a custom. That is a restoration. And then, of course, the Tomica Limited Vintage is on my cool list. This thing is super cool as well. And, I mean, out of the 2 Tomica Premiums that I picked up, the Beetle and this one, that's Silvia. Pretty freaking cool. And then, of course, this Auto World. Yes, amazing, awesome, great week for Diecast. Just great. It was really cool to find some stuff in stores too. So, thank you guys very, very much for watching. As always, if you like these videos, please check them out. They're in a playlist. Again, reminder: check out my sponsor, Mascar Displays. You should definitely check them out. Put in Champion20 for 20% off your display case order that is valid from now through the end of December. So you've got another month yet to take advantage of that. And if you're sitting on the fence about those, it's time to get off the fence and just go ahead and order them, because I don't think you're ever going to get a better deal than 20% off. So check them out, do it, and you won't regret it. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day.